Start streaming. Test, test. Yes. Took a couple extra minutes to get started today, but we're here. And I got a bunch of stats I can look at. And it's not even those stats that you see on the screen, the TaskRat stat stack. I'm looking at YouTube stats. There's so many numbers. Okay. But we're here to talk about Taskmaster. Episode 4 just came out, but I'm not about to watch that quite yet. I'm going to talk about episode 3 first. And spend a little time here with everybody, assuming we get some people in chat, which usually happens. Still kind of building that community thing, my gathering of minions. But until that happens, I'll just talk about episode 3 more, because I've had a whole week to think about it. All right. Also, I don't know why this lighting is like giving me a halo. I don't know why that's happening. This is not good for my image at all. I'm trying to be a dark and dirty sewer rat. Nothing changed. Like, it was already bad lighting, but it's even worse now. So, yeah. I don't know. Okay. Just a second. I've got 2 monitors here figuring out what to do. Okay, I guess I just have to talk about stuff. So, TaskRat Stat Stack. I need a better name. That was a quick name. But every episode, I'm giving points to folks who are watching me. I only have a certain number of points to give out each time. I have up to 4 total for every episode. If you haven't been here before, for every Taskmaster episode, I am scoring the contestants the right way, since Greg Davies refuses to do it correctly. And I also have an obfuscation round where I have 5 points to give the contestants, and now I'm giving most of them to my viewers instead. And I actually have decided on a prize for that. But if there's no one watching live right now, I'll leave that. I'll leave that reveal for later. Okay. But we have an early leader with Ben Squirrel up. I need to go over there. Right. Okay, so we can see all the names. Good. We got an early leader. But if nobody comes today, then we can't do anything. Then no one's getting any points. Well, a couple people did say they're coming later, but this is very dangerous right here. I am very much in danger of this turning into, oh my god, nobody's watching me, into one of those streams. I am needy. But let's find something to talk about that isn't that. Oh, I did forget to update the 3rd line, so I can do that on stream. Let's talk about one task at a time. Come on, where's... It skips more than one at a time. So, all right, here are my scores from last week's reaction compared to Greg's. And all in all, they're not too different. So here's me. Here's what Greg did. He actually scored decently. Or he actually scored as a verb, not to score points, not to earn them, but to give them out, to score someone, to judge them. He scored pretty well last week. I have a differences tab. See, yeah, this is definitely getting nerdier and nerdier. And that's not too bad. Each contestant, the biggest difference was 3 points. Last week we had a difference of 8 points with Joanna, so yeah, and then we undid a little bit of that discrepancy in Joanna's, but I have not really looked at these this week yet. Like I said, I haven't even added them to these two yet, but we'll get there. I've had a busy week. Okay. The first task, prize task, the best thing to drag behind you on a string. In the first 2 episodes, all of the contestants really did really well. All of the contestants brought in something pretty strong for the prize task. So I'm expecting, or I was expecting, all around strong prize tasks the whole series. But I don't think anyone did great this time. I think it is a hard category. What do you want to drag behind you on a piece of string? I figured you'd have to do something like a pet. Like, basic idea, pet rock, and you take it out for a walk or something. But I mean, there's a lot more you could do with that. Like, you could get a huge stuffed animal, you could get something on a remote control, like the remote control rats from a couple of tasks. Like there was the series 11 one where they had to catch a rat. Why won't this go any bigger? I see Nico there. Nico is squeaking good. But, right, that is a difficult prize task. I think they should have, I think what I would have done is put something on a leash, except it's string, and get like an authentic, and then insert, exotic animal here. Like maybe, how about a boa constrictor? And I already forgot the adjective I used. I'm babbling. I'm babbling today. But an iconic, accurate, authentic. That's the word. Authentic boa constrictor walking experience, which is ironic since they can't walk. But yeah, you could do that and hype it up, and I think it would actually make sense as something you would put on a string. So many of the prizes, it didn't even make sense to put it on a string in the first place. Okay. All right, the bricks task. Kumail almost won 2 different tasks this week. Last episode. This one, he forgot how to end the task, and then later he made one mistake. So man, this was crushing for Kumail. And I'm officially on Team Kumail in terms of just wanting him to do well, but I don't think he's going to win. I thought he was at the beginning, but I am canceling that. I don't know. Hey, Nico, any good thoughts about the first couple tasks last week? I'm just going to get a drink and then keep going. Okay, I was thirstier than I thought it was. The bricks one felt gimmicky, not much creative latitude. Yeah, okay. They don't all need creative latitude, but it is the one, if you don't know, the bricks task was used as one of the promos with Alex singing blue, green, yellow, green, yellow. I had to get it right. I had to think about it to make sure blue, green, yellow, and then we had to figure out what that was going to be about. So I wonder if it's going to come back at all, or if it was just referring to that one task. We've had things like last series there was the number 63, I believe, that came back in a couple different tasks. So I wonder if there's any series wide secret going on. The promo definitely made it seem like blue, green, yellow was going to reappear a couple times just by how much it was repeated, but it could just be a one-off. Anyway. Oh. We have a little bit of a fight in the comments here. Ben Squirrel thinks the brick challenge is creative. All right, well, you two discuss amongst yourselves. I'm going to continue for the moment. I didn't have much to say about the hug and paint challenge task. The team task, hugging each other and then grunting and painting. That one was entirely auditory amusement for us until the final reveal. Like, we really didn't see anything visual until both paintings, both of the paintings that they painted, the teams painted, and the original painting, until all three paintings were revealed. So I thought maybe it was a little bit boring because of that, and they could have revealed something, but it was fine. It's a interesting task, and we did get some fun grunts. All right. Stare words. Remember, everyone in the in our chat was coming up with ways to knock that task out of the park. But let's see. I just have one note written here, which is, why was everyone confused? Like, I can get it if you have difficulty completing that sort of task and you accidentally say a wrong word, but there were definitely a couple contestants who just had no idea what was going on. And I listened to the podcasts, and again, that's more people. Joanna was on the main podcast, and she still didn't know what was going on, and it took like 10 minutes of explaining to her, mostly because Ed didn't understand why she didn't understand it, so he kept trying to explain the wrong thing, and they just went round and round. It's like, just, this is not a difficult task. I mean, it's not a difficult task to understand. It might be difficult to actually complete. But yeah, I don't get that. And then, again, on the other Taskmaster podcast, the People's Podcast, Jenny Eclair didn't get it either. She got it quicker, though. I don't know. Joanna seemed to think that the letter you discarded had to be related to the word you said, and Ed didn't catch on to that, so he just kept trying to explain other things, and it didn't help, and it was... I enjoy the podcast, but that went around in circles far too long. Okay. So yeah, for a task with where I only had one note on there, I sure had a lot to say about that. Okay, and then the live task with the cue sticks and the balls and the beaker. Yep. Um, both of the first two tasks, the first two episode live tasks were excellent. So this one, it just ended up fine. So I think this was kind of a weaker episode overall. It had some great moments, and there were some great moments in the stair task. But I don't know. It's just they can't all be A plus, or they can't all be A tier or S tier. So it was a B or C episode out of like a B episode in the face of some better ones. So yeah. Let's see. There was also one more note about the bagpipes task 2 episodes ago. They did upload the full task, which took about 15 minutes. Apparently, the first episode live task with Find the Oranges took even longer. It was over 20 minutes to do that. And everyone was getting really tired of it by the end. And then the bagpipes task, it did take longer because they were originally playing to 3 points each, or to the first to 3 points wins. So, I'll look at my notes. So these are all doubled. So I said Amy got 2 questions right. Armando got 1. Joel got 1. In actuality, they all got 1 more than these. And then they just, each person got 1 subtracted from the final edit in order to make that edit a bit faster. So that was cool. So that's on the official Taskmaster channel. That was fun to watch. Badge is a great word, and it seemed cool that Joel figured it out. But he was given like 3.5 letters already. He knew they were giving them hints like crazy for that one. So yeah. And again, everyone here, my minions, my rodent minions, or non-rodent minions in the chat are smart. We were figuring out those music questions, those musical words straight away. Oh, yeah. We're better than everybody. Great. Okay. Let me add these scores. So this is the fall series. I should just be able to, like, for instance, I'll put a 3 here. Let me see. Yes, okay. Just making sure that works. And then let me write the actual scores for the 3rd episode. 19, 12, 14, 15, 16. Let's see who's winning now. Because mine, I know, is going to be a lot closer than Greg's. Oh, yeah. Apart from Armando, who's... he has less than 30 points after 3 episodes. Less than 10 per episode. Wow. I really like him. I said this last week, where he was already languishing. I said I really like him. He's one of my favorites. Was he last place? He's been last place all 3 episodes. Yeah. Well, I think he's doing a bit better here. Let's see. 22, 13, 12, 12, 19. I should just be able to drag that down. Come on. Yeah. Okay. 41, 39, 36. Okay, I know before the final task, Joe would have been on 35 then, and Armando was 36 and Kumail was 37. And I'll admit, I forgot that was before the final task. I thought that was just the scores at the end of this episode. So they are a little bit further apart from each other. But this is a good segue into Fantasy Taskmaster. And how well have I been doing there? I did not start great. I only got 10 points in the first 2 episodes. So Fantasy Taskmaster, you answer questions about predicting what you think is going to happen in the next episode. First one, I got 6 points from random questions. The second episode, I got 4 points total, and it was because I guessed who won. I guessed Amy would win. And that was the only question I got right, which was kind of crazy. I got another 9 points this week, so I almost doubled. And I did guess again who won. I guessed Amy again, which was cool. This week, so I got 4 points for that. So really, if I need to do well, I need to keep guessing who's correct. I need to keep being correct at guessing who is winning. That's where all those juicy points are for per episode. I have actually said Joel is going to win this episode. And I like what I see in the thumbnail. We'll have to see that in a moment. But it's also in the Taskmaster intro credits. That thing where he's holding two drills or spark. He's got chains all over it. Something he is doing something creative that looks amazing. And I am. First thought is it must be 5 points, whatever it is. I think he's going to get 5 points for whatever that task is this episode. But we'll find out. There was also another Fantasy Taskmaster question asking who of the men is going to be in the lead after this episode. And I did pick Joel, even though he's 5 points behind. So, yeah, I'm combining my answers. He's going to win and be ahead of the other two. Let's see. Okay. Anything else? Oh, also, Fantasy Taskmaster, each episode, you predict who's going to win the whole series. And for the first 2 episodes, I picked Kumail, but after 2 episodes, it's like, oh, okay, I don't think he's going to do it. So I picked Joanna instead. But now I'm thinking Amy. So the sooner you pick, the more points you get. So now we're almost halfway through the series. We're going to be done with episode 4. So I don't know. We'll see how many points I can wrangle out of that. But it's got to be one of the 2 girls. One of the 2 ladies. Specifically for Greg's series. Mine, as you can see, is much, much tighter. My series. Okay. Ooh, it is 10 o'clock. It is 10 o'clock now, so I got to close out this stream and see you over on Patreon. There should be a link in the description. Actually, there might not be. Patreon.com/rat of all trades. You two can find it. So I will be there in about 5 minutes, just making sure all of my streaming stuff is still working. All right. I will see you very soon over on Patreon, and we'll watch episode 4 of Series 21.